viewers, and lovely to see you again, and welcome to the weekly wrap-up video. So, looking back to the key events we've seen this week. Firstly, starting off, it has been a relatively light week in regards to news flow and just key economic releases as a whole. Just given on Monday and Tuesday, as a recap, we did have a Jewish holidays, which did actually have a significant impact on the volumes across the various asset classes. So there has been little to drive the markets, little fuel to drive the direction of the markets this week. Something to keep an eye on though is the energy complex. WTI crude futures did lose around $9 from the period of Monday to Thursday, just given the ongoing tensions and unrest in the MENA regions. It's the fact of, as well, in the back of investors' mindsets, the idea of a potential SPR release, which is yet to be ruled out. The White House just noted that all options are on the table, so they haven't ruled out a potential SPR release. So that has been on the back of investors' minds, and they're being wary of that. So we did see a reasonable sell-off in the energy complex this week, but oil prices have rebounded from those worst levels that were printed. Elsewhere, in regards to Europe, Spain has also remained in the spotlight. We've seen some continued rising in the 10-year yields, just as investors continue to think, Spain could eventually ask for a bailout, which essentially will not be good in the short run, but in the long term it could be good for the country, of course, given the fact that they're not in a very good and stable situation at the moment. Other than that, in terms of data points, just to quickly touch upon, we had the Philly Fed out of the US, which was better. This was good, particularly the employment component, which was a better than the prior reading, which is good. This is showing some confidence that the US economy is on the mend. We are almost on the path to recovery, which is good. So, looking ahead to the key events next week, we will see the US and UK GDP final readings. Not really much expected from those. They are both expected to be unchanged from the priors, just given the fact they are final readings. But anything out of analyst expectations, out of line, could be a surprise there. Elsewhere, the periphery, that will remain in the spotlight with Spain. Just next week, couple of events of note. They will be outlining their reform programs or their reform plans on Thursday. And on Friday, we'll see the final banking auditing report for the Spanish banks on how much money exactly they do need. But IMF, they recommended around 40 to 80 billion euros. Anything outside of that could be a little bit concerning if it is at the upper end, of course, like out of the 80 billion maximum. Thank you very much. Have a splendid weekend. Thank you.